Hai Bun, apa kabar? Aku hari ini mau menjawab ada beberapa pertanyaan mengenai gimana kalau anak-anak kita di sekolah belajar bahasa Inggris atau berbahasa Inggris full, terus mau praktekin di rumahnya gimana? Nah, salah satunya adalah dengan bercerita juga dalam bahasa Inggris. Nah, kadang-kadang kita repot ya. Aku punya contekan cerita yang Bunda bisa pakai di rumah. Juga untuk Ibu dan Bapak guru yang kehabisan cerita di kelas harus ngobrol, harus cerita dalam bahasa Inggris, ini contekannya. Keep on watching. Bun, buku ceritanya hari ini berjudul Mrs. Pepperpot Learn to Swim. Wah, ini ada stiker harganya, susah dicopot ya. Oke, buku ini aku belinya di bazar Big Bad Wolves ya. Jadi kalau Bunda lihat lagi ada pameran itu, datang deh Bun. Cerita-cerita untuk anak-anaknya, buku-buku ceritanya ini banyak banget dan harganya tidak terlalu mahal. Kita mulai ya. In the warm weather, Mrs. Pepperpot always walked through the wood when she went shopping. In the middle of the wood, there was a large pool where the village children swim. They splashed about and raced each other up and down. Mrs. Pepperpot always stopped to watch, and she would sigh to herself and think, if only I could do that, because nobody had taught her to swim when she was a little girl. One day, when she got home, she decided to practice swimming in the kitchen floor. She balanced herself on her tummy on the kitchen stool, but when she flung out her arms, she knocked a saucepan of soup off the stove. Every night, she would dream about swimming. One night, she dreamed she could do the breaststroke. She stretched forward her arm, bent down her knees, and then wham! One foot almost kicked a hole in the wall, and the other knocked Mr. Pepperpot out of the bed. "What's the matter with you?" asked Mr. Pepperpot. "I'm swimming," answered Mrs. Pepperpot, who was still half in a dream. "And it's the most wonderful feeling." "Well, it's not wonderful for me, I can tell," said Mr. Pepperpot crossly. Then came one bright warm day when all the village children were going a picnic in the mountains. "That's a good one," thought Mrs. Pepperpot. "There will be no children in the pool today, and I'll have a chance to learn how to swim." And she walked through the wood to the pool. Well, it certainly looked inviting, with the sun shining down through the leaves and making pretty patterns on the still water. She sat down on the soft grass and took off her shoes and her stockings. Peering over the edge, she could see the water was very shallow. So she stood up and said to herself, "All right, Mrs. P, here goes." And she jumped in, but just at the moment, she shrank. And now, of course, the pool seemed like an ocean to the tiny Mrs. Pepperpot. "Help! Help! Help!" she cried. "Hold on," said a deep, throaty voice from below. Wow, who's that? And a large frog swam smoothly toward her. You should never jump in a pool if you don't have someone with you, he said. Now get on my back. And he swam to a rock so Mrs. Pepperpot could get her breath. You are a very good swimmer, said Mrs. Pepperpot. The frog puffed himself importantly. I'm the best swimming teacher in the pool, he said. Ooh. Do you think you could teach me to swim? Asked Mrs. Pepperpot politely. And what's the answer? Of course! We'll begin right away if you like. Frogs are very good at breaststroke. You climb on my back and watch what do I do. Mrs. Pepperpot watched how the frog moved his arms and legs in time. Then he found her a little piece of floating wood and told her to hang on it. And she pushed along with her legs just like the frog had done. After a while, she found herself swimming along without the piece of wood. Yippee! She shouted with excitement. But the frog, who had been swimming close to her all the time, came up behind her and lifted her onto her back. That's enough for a moment, he said, and took her back to the rock for a rest. Mrs. Pepperpot was feeling so pleased with herself. She wanted to carry straight on and learn the crawl. Not so fast, my dear, the frog said. You must keep practicing breaststroke before you can do other things. But I will get my tadpoles to give you a show of water acrobatics. How's about that? Wonderful, said Mrs. Pepperpot. Come on, children, he croaked. I want you to show this lady all your best tricks. First, the tadpoles swam to the top of the water. Then they dived to the bottom. Then they wove in and out of the reeds in a beautiful pattern. And then, like airplanes doing acrobatics, they rolled over and looped the loop. The frog had puffed himself up so much, and he was nearly bursting with pride. Mrs. Pepperpot was standing up to cheer the tadpoles when she found herself rolling about in what seemed more like a large puddle than a deep pool she had grown. As she picked herself up and waded out of the water to the bank, she could see no sign of the frog or the tadpoles, so she hurried home. A few days passed before Mrs. Pepperpot got a chance to go back to the pool. But before she knew, she was swimming along and she felt very proud of herself. Then she saw that she was being followed. there was the frog, and behind him were all the tadpoles. The frog came to the top of the water and gave a loud croak. Quack! "Thanks, Mr. Frog," said Mrs. Pepperpot. "You're the best swimming teacher in the world." "I told you," said the frog. With an elegant kick of his back legs, he did a nosedive from the pool, and all the tadpoles followed after. And that's the story of Mr. Frog teach Mrs. Pepperpot learns how to swim. Okay, how do you like your story? Tomorrow, don't forget to learn how to swim like Mrs. Pepperpot. If you like the story, subscribe.